putting some blobs of glue on the board. Hey guys, welcome to our tiny home. What we're doing here is applying our cedar or board and batten to the side of the trailer. Now, I'm cheating a little bit. I wanted to use tongue and groove product, but because of the market and the cost of wood and everything, basically I said I'm not going to do that. And I had a bunch of scrap wood kicking around from jobs that we did demos on, and for example, this wood here, it's got stain all over it, and this piece has actually got paint on it. This was siding on a house that we tore down like 10 years ago, but it's clear cedar and I couldn't throw it away 10 years ago, so we kept it, and I'm finally finding a use for it. So I decided not to put a tongue and groove on this product, even though I had to power plane it down, rip it down because the edges were all, you know, destroyed and stuff. These were all old tongue and groove boards back in the day, but it's all just been kind of mangled up. So the boards have a little bit of a wave to them. Some of them are cupped, some of them are warped, and I just thought instead of putting a tongue and groove, I'm just going to glue it and face nail it, because this is all getting painted out white, so it doesn't really matter. So all I did was I chamfered the edges with a router bit. I didn't put a groove in it or a tongue. I'm using PL 400 to bond the boards to the plywood walls, and then I'm just using my Metabo 23 gauge pin nailer to nail the boards on while the glue dries. Now, I'm not even going to have to fill my nail holes because 23 gauge pin nails are so small, the paint will just fill those holes for me, especially on this. We're kind of going for a bit of a rough look. We could have used like a lightweight MDF or even 3/8 MDF would have been great, but again, I didn't want to spend the money. We already had the product, so why not just use what we got kicking around? So I'll show you sort of what we're doing here. Basically, I start off at the back of the board. I grab my caulking gun and I'm just putting some blobs of glue on the board all the way down. Now I've pre-marked my line. I've squared off this wall here, so I know when I finish, I'll finish exactly where I need to be. Now we'll just stand it up, put it where it needs to go, and you can see how it's got that cup. This board's not that bad, but some of them were pretty bad, and a tongue and groove just wouldn't have worked on it. All right, so now just nail it on. And that's all I'm doing. So, like I said, it's sort of a rustic look once we paint this or whitewash it or whatever we're doing. You know, it'll have the knots and little scratches and stuff like that. We might sand some of them down, but overall, I'm not too concerned. And if there's any serious gaps that we don't like, then we will just fill them. So here's another board. This one was cedar. I think this is fir, but once we paint it out, you won't even be able to tell. So I'll glue this one up, and then we'll just do it again. I'm leaving a bit of a gap at the top, and that's to allow for me to run more wiring if I need. I'm going to run a little wood strip across the top as my finished edge. There we go. So you can see right now we've got a V joint, which looks like the joint you'd have on tongue and groove. It's a little bit hard to see because of all the different colors, and it'll really show up well once we paint this. But you know, it's glued, it's not going to go anywhere, and it's nailed, which is helping it stay in place as well. So as you can see up here, we've got the little slot, and that's where I can just run more wires if I need, or if I need to get at something like a connection, I can do that. And I'll just put a little strip of wood up here just to finish this edge off. And same with the corner, I'll run a corner strip. So we're also using wider boards. These are all sort of 7 to 8 inches. Not too picky on the sizes, they're kind of varying depending on how damaged the board was. And then for the curved wall, I'll probably use something like a 3 or a 4 inch. That way I can kind of get this curve in without any major voids behind the pieces. So there we go, guys. Hope you liked the video. Make sure you subscribe, hit that notify bell, give us a thumbs up if you liked the video. Till next time, keep on crushing it. We'll catch you later.